first of all, Taylor, congratulations. It was really special scenes at the end. Everyone seemed genuinely happy for you. Another record. So, youngest podium sitter ever in Formula E. How's that feel?
It feels great. Obviously, the youngest point scorer was already pretty nice. To be the youngest podium sitter was even better. I think now my target is firmly set on being the youngest race winner. I think the team have done a great job this weekend, and the Nissan powertrain seems to be pretty strong. So I don't think that's unrealistic. But I've set myself a high bar for the rest of the season.
And you and Sam seem to work really well together there. So just talk us through that relationship and how that played out for the race.
I think Neil McLaren do a great job at bringing in new drivers and a young driver into such an environment which feels like a family. It's really enjoyable to work with everyone. It's really enjoyable to just to be there. To have someone like Sam, which is extremely experienced and well known in Formula E, to have him supporting me and to be so friendly towards me is great. It's really great, and I hope we can continue this friendship and this competitiveness into the rest of the season.
And overall, the package looks really good this season. It's early days, but really good time for you and Sam today. Oliver looked really good at times. Norman, fastest lap. Just talk us through how that package in general was looking good.
Yeah, obviously we struggled in qualifying, but it was just us. Nissan seems pretty strong, so as a team we still have a lot to work on, but I think the main thing is that the powertrain looks really strong. It's just good for us as a team. A lot to work on, a lot to improve still, but to walk away with the points that we have and the improvement gap that we still need to make, I think it's looking good.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. Congratulations. Oh, I'd say probably that was the opposite of a quiet race.
Man, that was crazy. I think I knew the dynamic of this new Gen 3 Evo car was going to change the races, but I wasn't expecting for that much. I took my first attack mode quite late and must have dropped from P2 or P3 outside of the top 10. And it's you try to stay calm because when you activate attack mode, you try and go back to the front, but it's a little worrying when you see so many cars come past you. So I think the key today was just the team and myself, being able to think on our feet, adapting, improvising, and use our experience to bring home a good result.
And just a word on that four-wheel drive. We talked about it a lot. I heard it on commentary. It seems to be just an absolute game changer. Yeah. How was it? Talk us through that experience.
It's insane, and I think it's awesome for the fans. This year, the last couple of years, the attack modes weren't really attack modes. We were trying to get rid of them and not use that energy. And I think now they are true attack modes. They've never been more used to attack than now. So I hope that everybody at home enjoyed that. I want to go and rewatch that race because I know it was crazy. So hopefully everybody enjoyed. Inside the car was mega. The car is amazing to drive with a four-wheel drive. Happy.
And just finally a word on Pascal. Obviously that was a pretty big crash. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it back, but just massively thankful for him being well and the safety features on this car.
Yeah, I've had a very quick look at it, and I think the main thing is that we have to remind ourselves that what we do is a dangerous sport, and we need to race. Everybody needs to race with respect. Our cars are getting faster, the tracks are tight and they're bumpy, and I'm not saying that neither of them was at fault today, but I'm happy he's fine, it's very good, it's a good reminder for everybody that we need to take care of each other out there as well.
So Mitch, we were trying to follow that on social media for ourselves. It was hard enough. So racing must have been something else. I mean, talk us through that race, just not just through your own eyes, but just what was going on out there. It's crazy.
Honestly, very hard to digest that one. Obviously starting from the last, I saw it quite a bit. But I had an amazing first lap, first two laps. I made 10 places, so that really changed the dynamic of my race. Once obviously, I think it was Nick that kicked off the attack mode, the first attack mode, and we then start to see how powerful that thing was. It was, quite surprising. And then I was around him, and then all of a sudden he was in the lead. So, that was okay. You have to use this wisely because it's there's so much benefit of using it. So I was just trying to be smart with that. I was good on energy, but obviously the two interruptions really. They did change the dynamic, but I was always kind of on the good side of it because my energy, my energy save was always quite good. Obviously, it's good to see Pascal walk away from that nasty crash. It was all about timing that second attack well, and then at the end with Antonio, it was really tight to hang on to it because the energy we still had to do quite a bit of management of energy in the last few laps. So him being in my toe, he could have easily got a buffer on me and. It was tight. It was like if the target was any lower, I would have probably struggled to hang on to that. So, just a wild one. Very hard to even understand You know, because 1 minute I was like up in the top 4, and then I was back down in P12, and then I was in the lead. So yeah, crazy.
Obviously, it's all about winning races, but breaking records is nice as well. See, today starting in the back, P22, first driver in the history of Formula E to do that.
Is it a record?
New record, yeah. So
nice.
Lucas P15 before. So when did you realise that was going to happen? What was the sort of lap time you thought, I'm going to get this?
Oh, literally out of the last lap, at the last corner of the last lap. Like, it wasn't like literally a corner before. I could have lost it like I did last year, but in a different way. Like, it was so tight on energy. So honestly, I knew I had it, you know, coming onto the main straight for the last time. Before that, it was like, which way is this going to go? So if the tag was a touch higher, I would have been like really confident. But it was like really on the limit. It was honestly quite uncomfortable. So just got it done, and yeah, nice to get that 25 points straight away.
And just a note about Sao Paulo, obviously 2 out of 3. Looking forward to next year.
Should have been 3 out of 3, which still hurts. But yeah, it's been a good place to me. So it wasn't so calm this morning during qualifying, but yeah, we just pulled off something pretty special. So yeah, pretty happy.
Thanks, Mitch. Well done, mate.